Let's just... drop down. I see notice, and there's these things. There we go.
If you've cut yourself at all in the course of these tests, you might have noticed that your blood is pure gasoline. That's normal. We've been shooting you with an invisible laser that's supposed to turn blood into gasoline, so all that means is it's working.
Huh. So we've got the Cave Johnson.
If you need to go to the bathroom after this next series of tests, please let a test associate know, because in all likelihood, whatever comes out of you is going to be cold. Only temporary, so do not worry. If it persists for a week, though, start worrying and come see us, because that's not supposed to happen.
Coal?
Just a heads up, we're going to have a superconductor turned up full blast and pointed at you for the duration of this next test. I'll be honest, we're throwing science at the wall here to see what sticks. No idea what it'll do. Probably nothing. Best case scenario, you might get some superpowers. Worst case, some tumors, which we'll cut out.
Yeah, so again, explaining to you just how aperture science works. Oh wait, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. How aperture science works, which is to say they just do stuff. Alright, so now we're gonna go to the next part of the game. Which is through here. Let's see. Pump Station Alpha, and it's blue. What do we have going on here? Know your allergies. Pollen, animal dander, plastics, antimatter. Are people allergic to plastics? Oh, I don't know about antimatter neither. Pump Station Alpha, know your hazardous materials. Don't touch anything unfamiliar. Know your chemical hazards. Do not inhale fumes, no matter how good they smell. Oh yeah. Right, so Pump Station Alpha. Gel pressure control. And that turns things on. And there's both audio and visual cues. You notice the gate was closed before we flipped the switch. So there's no other way to continue without flipping that switch and turning the pump on. What's all this? So there's the pump there. I guess nothing too interesting down here. Yeah, I don't... I guess the story is worthwhile. It's not completely useless. But I do feel like the puzzles are better than, you know, this sort of stuff. Whoa. Like, maneuvering through this space, it's not really taking a lot of thinking or puzzle solving. Safety first. Together we can make 1956 the lowest unexpected casualty annum ever. 1956. So now we're up here, we're slowly moving upwards.
They say great science is built on the shoulders of giants. Not here. At Aperture, we do all our science from scratch. No hand-holding.
And amazingly, we have the emancipation grow going on here. So you can't take anything with you. And the old style elevator, you can see it's timber floored. Was that metal? I don't know. So it's like a slightly older fashioned styling for the same mechanisms going on, and we'll see more of that as we go into the next area. So you see how the elevator is like the elevators from before, except not as futuristic. Huh.
All right, let's get started. This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel. You're not part of the control group, by the way. You get the gel. Last poor son of a gun got blue paint. All joking aside, that did happen. Broke every bone in his legs. Tragic, but informative. Or so I'm told.
Right, so again, the combination of humor and information. The information being, we're gonna play with repulsion gel, blue stuff, and he says that the last guy got blue paint, so you know it's blue. And the humor, of course, it's people getting hurt. Right. Ah, here it is, the diagram. So, salt asbestos curtain. After the science space, after the science innovators, navigational directory. There we go. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You are here. So we are at the bottom of number 9, and you can see the spheres in this cave here. And there's like these side things going on. So that's a diagram for basically how after the science is laid out, or at least, you know, in this part of the game. And there's like the hill up there, so we are deep underground at the bottom of shaft number 9. So that's good. Like the map, again, like it seems fairly simple, but it's conveying a bit of information to you about where you are and what you're doing and the story. Remember, this test is unsolvable without an Aperture Science portable quantum tunneling device. If you have not received one, please find a test associate before participating in any Shaft 09 enrichment activities. So, reminding you to use the portal gun, although back in the 1950s apparently the portal gun is huge. Enter. Does Cave Johnson talk to us or not? Okay, he doesn't. But there's a sign here, so we're back to these little icons, and that one, we've got a guy bouncing along. And what does that say? Did you know? After Science placard, repulsion gel. Was Aperture Science, was Aperture's first attempt to create a dietetic pudding substitute? It's true. The gel is a sweeter, slightly less non-toxic form of fiberglass. Slightly less non-toxic, that means it's more toxic. Form of fiberglass insulation that causes subsequently ingested food items to bounce off the lining of a dieter's distended stomach and out his or her mouth. For various reasons, this product was pulled from shelves. So again, a mixture of humor and information. You bounce, or things bounce when they hit the gel, and in case you still don't figure it out, or if you don't read and you don't look at symbols, then the giant orange arrows will point you towards here. And you know, if you miss all of those clues, then that should tell you what's going on. So we have white surfaces, we have dark surfaces, we have targets, and interestingly, that's not very clear. But anyway, there's a surface up there. And the switch. Wait a minute. I don't remember. Is there meant to be a cube here? Where's the cube? Or... oh, I see. I don't remember now. Anyway. So, the switch... at least these still look pretty much the same. So these are now, you know, fluorescent lights apparently, orange and blue. The switch is now square, but it's still giant and red. It still gives you the audio cue when you put something on it, but it's a different audio cue. So it's the same mechanisms, but they're different. They're designed differently. They appear to be older, old-fashioned and all that. And this button here, so that's vaguely familiar. Let's see, what does that say? and that drops the cube, and that symbol again, the cube falling on your head. So, you know, a different art style, but the same information. The exit again, like the man is a older fashioned kind of outline, but the symbol is similar. So they've redesigned the appearance of the test chambers, and you know, the walls are kind of cheap looking, industrial. So it's the same toys, but a different look. And the cube itself also looks different, but it functions the same way. So this is quite interesting.
The lab boys just informed me that I should not have mentioned the control group. They're telling me I ought to stop making these pre-recorded messages. That gave me an idea. Make more pre-recorded messages. I pay the bills here, I can talk about the control group all damn day.
Yes, that's Cave Johnson. And again, you know, they're explaining to you what kind of person he is, which is a bit of a maverick. What else is to say about this? I mean, no, there's not too much more to say. It's still giving you the clues. It's a test chamber, and it's just that the sounds and the visual appearances, the visual appearance of the parts have changed. Next test chamber this way, and that's broken down. Interesting. And there's a wall here, and we're back to where's Waldo, where's the white paint. I'm still not impressed by this sort of gameplay. Oh, there it is. But whatever, we'll just go with it. What's here? Oh, that's where we're meant to go. So what's the other way? What do we see here? Like these pipes. Oh, these must be the pipes that, you know, deliver the cubes, and that's the blue gel being pumped around. These deliver the weighted companion cubes. Not too much to say. I mean, if you imagine doing a 1950s makeover or 1940s makeover of After Science, then you get this. The filing cabinets are still the same. I mean, they don't have computers, they have typewriters, but these things are the same. That's interesting. Why is this office here? I don't know. So let's move on to the next test chamber.
For this next test, we put nanoparticles in the gel. In layman's terms, that's a billion little gizmos that are going to travel into your bloodstream and pump experimental genes and RNA molecules and so forth into your tumors. Now, maybe you don't have any tumors. Well, don't worry. If you sat on a folding chair in the lobby and weren't wearing lead underpants, we took care of that too.
Cool. 1953, number 2. Huh. So we have paint here. And we have a switch there. Oh, and the cube is there. And we can't put portals on the paint, and we have that. How do I... oh, there we go. I'm wondering how complicated these puzzles are. I mean, we are being slowly introduced to the gel. So the first test chamber with the blue gel was fairly... wow, glitch. The first puzzle with the blue gel was fairly simple. It was just a... you know, you just jump around. This time you... oh crap. This time you have to get the cube, put the cube in the button, and then... oh, okay, the next part is slightly more complex. So let's get the first part done first. Get the cube. wait, no, the other way. Put the portal there. Put the cube on the button, and that opens. You'll notice that it's in your line of sight, because you have to use a portal to get up here, so you can see that there. And then we jump out.